Hello! Today I am back to do a review on The Elite by Kiera Cass. This is the second book in the selection series and I am in love. I'm so pleased with this series. This is the second book. If you haven't read the first book, The Selection by Kiera Cass, I'm going to put the link to my review for the first book below this one, so you go and you read this book first, you see that video first, because I'm going to be talking about this second book right now, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. Yeah, I'm going to go on to do the review now, so if you don't want to be spoiled, go away, come back when you read it, okay? Alright? Fine. So, when I was finishing this book last night, really late last night, I finish it and I get to the acknowledgements page and I died because she says, "Thank you for reading my book. I hope it made you have unbearable feelings that you find yourself tweeting at 3 a.m. That's exactly what time I finished the book was, so yeah. And I don't know if did I tweet this morning or last night when I finished? I don't know when I tweeted about it, but I tweeted. So, and then I saw this and I was, oh god, I was like, I think it was the exhaustion from staying up so late, maybe? Alright, so for the discussion of this book, I want to start with a good compare-contrast chart. I feel like, America, girl, you need to do this, to do it along with me, okay? I've decided that Maxon is the only option, and I came to this conclusion because I made my chart. And I feel like America, homegirl, follow me. Do a chart. Make up your mind. So when I was comparing Maxon with Aspen, the first thing that popped out to me was that where Aspen is looking for a wife, he's looking for, you know, someone to take care of and someone to just love and, you know, make a family with. Where Maxon is looking for a partner. He's looking for a confidant, like he said in the first book. He's looking for someone who is his equal and can work with him to rule his country. And knowing America the way I do, I feel like that Maxon's offer of how he would treat his wife, more along the lines of what would fit America's personality. He wants to be an active part in the relationship and feel like an equal with her partner and, you know, with her husband. And so I feel like Aspen, we've already seen that he is not secure enough to let her take care of him as much as he takes care of her and not let the relationship kind of be like equal. So I feel like that would cause a lot of issues that wouldn't arise in a relationship with Maxon. The second thing is, you know, Aspen, he's a nice guy, but Maxon really seems to embrace her boldness and embrace her spunk, I guess you would say, and I don't feel like Aspen would be like that. Even in the book, he told her that no, he didn't think that she could be a princess, where Maxon thinks she can. He thinks that she is fit for the job, that she can handle it, and he has faith in her, and, you know, and really is very encouraging to her strength and what she's capable of. So I'm sure there's many compare and contrast, but these were the kind of the three things that I felt were the biggest, and the last being that just like in Hunger Games, we've got a Peeta Gale complex thing going on here, and I feel like, you know, well, Gale is the Aspen. He's kind of revolutionary and impulsive, and he's got his, you know, conspiracy theories and his, you know, plots to overthrow the government kind of ideas and things that are going to get him in trouble, a personality type that can get him into a lot of trouble. And he's kind of a dangerous person to be around. A very active role in all the dangerous situations that America was a part of in this book, and kind of not sensible decisions that were made on her part, he kind of fed into and just kind of enabled her to make these really stupid choices. Where Maxon is a very calculated person. He's going to think things through. He's not going to, you know, go crazy with his ideas. He's not impulsive. And, you know, yeah, he doesn't like the way the government is being run. And you know, I can definitely see, if he marries America especially, that he will try and change things drastically even. But he will do it in a sensible way, in a way that is gonna, you know, avoid unnecessary conflict and avoid, you know, dangerous situations. So yeah, there's my little rant of why I think Maxon's better. From the beginning of like the first book, I had like this feeling. I don't know if anybody else out there has this feeling. Pitch in if you do. Maybe if you've got some like evidence. A lot of points in this series so far where I felt like maybe America's dad is associated with the rebels. Southern ones, but the northern ones looking for the books. I don't know, there's just something about him, and I didn't mention this in my first video because I don't know, I kind of like, I put it on the back burner. I was like, nah. But especially now in the second book where she talks to him about how they have the diaries of Ilya, and they have all this information about the government, and that there's history books and stuff like that, and that there's trap doors in the walls and stuff like that. And I don't know, when I was reading the scene where she was talking about how there's like hidden passages in the walls or anything, and there's like secret safe rooms and all this stuff, and like telling him all these secrets that she'd gotten from Maxon in her time there, he felt very intrigued and almost like he was trying to get more and more information out of her. That was kind of suspicious. There's something, I feel like there's something up with that, and if it does turn out that her dad is somehow connected with the rebels, that I won't really be surprised. I mean, I'm really interested to see if he is, because I think that'd be a really interesting, like, plot twist. Okay, so when I was reading the first book, something that I just totally blanked on when I was doing the review was how suspicious and kind of just weird the whole, like, scene, random scene with the Officer Woodwork was, where she runs into him in the hallway in the first book. I felt like that was a very random scene, and usually books don't have just random new characters show up for no reason, but I don't know, I didn't think about it again until the Marley issue came back up, and I was a mess. My heart was like beating so fast, and I was just like, oh my god, she's gonna die, and then the America's never gonna forgive Maxon. There were so many points in this book where Maxon kept proving over and over again how important America was to him and how much he would do for her, and she just kept getting all like flaky with him, and like he, you know, paid attention to one of the girls, and she would like hold it against him and be like, I hate him and I don't ever want to see him again, da da da, and like, oh, and make out with Aspen. And then the next day he does something amazing again to prove to her how much he loves her and how much how much he's willing to risk for her. And she's like, oh, I love him again. And then like a day later she's like back like, oh, I hate him. So the whole like back and forth thing really got to me, and I was just kind of like, I wanted to smack her. Like, honestly, like, get over Aspen. Like, really? Like, this guy is, no, like, he's dangerous, and he, like I said before, he's very impulsive, and he's just gonna get you guys in trouble. And when she decided to make a button bracelet, I knew that was a bad idea. And then in the second book, when Maxon saw that she was wearing this button bracelet, I thought that was the end. I felt like that was coming, and I still feel like that is coming because she's still wearing the bracelet. Urgh! I'm sorry. She needs to take the bracelet off and throw it away, because like nothing good is going to happen because of that bracelet. That bracelet is going to be her downfall. I just know it. They have this reception for the Germans and the Italians. America is in charge of the Italian group with Chris, the second runner-up, basically. And I thought I was so proud of them when they did so good. And they gave the gifts to the queen and Sylvia. I thought that was a brilliant move. Good job. I loved America's interaction with the Italian women, the cousins, and how they were trying to get her drunk to get like secrets out of her and stuff like that. And then Nicoletta, I think it's the queen or princess, comes up to America, and she gives her this like phone number, and she's like, oh, we're in if you're in, basically, and that they support her being the next queen. And I just thought that was so cool. And that there are countries basing their alliances off of America, that she's seen as so important, that they're like, oh, well, if he picks you, then we're in. They like her that much. I thought that was awesome. The thing that really I really didn't see coming, until they were spelling it out for me, was the whole abuse thing between the king and Maxon, that he's like cutting his back, he's like beating him or something somehow, and caning him. I think he's caning him, and that he has been caning him for a long time, and every time that he messes up or America messes up, he gets punished for it. And the fact that he was so gracious about it, Maxon, you're such a sweetheart. Which leads me to the last thing I want to mention, is that by the end of this book, we learn about Maxon being abused by the king, and all the sacrifices that he made to save Marley and Carter, and all this stuff that he has just done in this book. He did so much for her in this book, and and they have this sweet night together in the safe room, and just so much. And I've been so frustrated with America and her handling, or lack of handling, the situation that she's in, and just kind of being very like flaky and stuff, that I've kind of gotten to the point where I care more about Maxon's happiness than America's. I feel like, if America doesn't get picked, then she brought that on herself by pushing him away. And if she gets busted with Aspen, that's her own damn fault, because she had so many opportunities to end things with Aspen and move on, and especially after the stuff with Marley, I would thought for sure that she would have gone straight to Aspen and said, hey, we can't keep meeting, this is too dangerous, you saw what happened to them. If any of the girls had gotten caught with a guy after her Marley and Carter, I really don't think that anything Maxon could do could save them. They would have probably been executed. I was shocked that she kept meeting with him anyway. I also felt like she was also kind of a hypocrite, because she got so upset and so angry at Maxon and wouldn't talk to him and all this stuff, because he was going and like having dates with the other girls still, and kissing Celeste, and getting really, really close to Chris. And yet, here she is, hiding in closets, making out with Aspen. I don't know. I feel like if things end badly, it's all her fault. At this point, I just want her to get her shit together so that she doesn't hurt Maxon, because I want them to be together, and I feel like they'd be great together, and I feel like she would be a good princess, and I feel like she'd be so happy with Maxon, and we've seen it several times in this book where they've had good periods of time where they're just happy, and they're staying away from Aspen, and things are good, and their chemistry is good, and everything's perfect, and then she goes and messes everything up because she hangs out with Aspen. So I want them to be together. I want her to stop messing around and just get to it, and just like decide that yes, a life with Maxon is much better than a life with Aspen, and that Maxon is a much better person than Aspen, and that Aspen is like not right for her. Two hotheads in a relationship is a dangerous combination. So much drama. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this review. I I love this book so much. This trilogy has just been so much fun to read and such just a cleansing experience. I've been reading a lot of like heavier stuff lately, and I was really just glad that I just found like a good easy read, something I just breezed through, and it was like, yes, I want more. And so yeah, I will see you soon with more reviews. Bye!